Hi, you little Patreons, because you're the only people here this early. Thank you for the continued support. I'm looking at the wrong end of the camera, but the phone, because I'm normally the other way up. But the case holder is different and it nipped the power off. Hi, thanks for your support. I really appreciate you. Let's find a little 479. Let's find the rest of the herbivore army on my computer. Oh, I haven't even got the string on yet. I'm going to keep looking at the wrong side. This is frustrating me. If I keep looking that way, it's because the camera's the wrong way round. But there's just nothing I can do, damn it. Nothing I can do. Oh, it's not even giving me my bloody, what's it called? Thumbnail. Project Not Pills is in the house. Old Rosatron with a messed up name. Never forget to do face pulls. It's not first. That's good advice. Never forget to do face pulls. Keep yourself balanced. Products Not Pills. How are you? And VFB. VFB. Who's that? Money Chan's back. Hi, lovely. How are you keeping? Long time no see. Nice to have you back. Nick Sutcliffe is in the house as well. I know that name. Something Goblin. I probably shouldn't say those words, but thanks for joining. Andrea's finding fruit is waving. Oh, I just saw someone from my IRL friends, Julian Walters. I love you, my friend. How are you keeping? Thanks for joining. Fredge is in the house. He's been to Gage, man. He's got a book on the go, coming out in about a month, I think, or sooner. Ethical Revolution. Hi, Paul. I asked a question on one of your posts. I'm not sure if you answered. I was curious. What do you choose to cut? I'm doing it for a photo shoot. Yeah, I don't compete. I'm looking to compete in the future, but I need to learn how to pose and stuff first. But yeah, just for marketing purposes and just to have the sort of physique that people would, want to try and get, and just to show you can do it as a vegan. So that's really why. Megan, why at your response to non-vegans who say that they hunt and fish to practice survival skills? Don't really do it, but, just stuff them up to say you're practicing your fighting skills in case you get attacked. Don't really do it. Well, I've got to say that because I don't want to get banned from live streaming. Esteban Sham, $4.99 on the super chat. That is really kind of you. Thank you. Helping to support what I'm doing. Hench, how do I become buff because I'm too skinny? It's really, really easy, Esteban. So you just eat a bit more calories than you're burning. So week by week, you want your body weight to be going up a little bit on the scales there. And, you lift some weights. Compound moves are very important. So squats, deadlift, chest press, shoulder press, rows, pull-ups, pull-downs, all that good stuff. You can put some isolation moves on the end if you want to, but really the first couple of years, if more people tried to get as strong as they could in, say, 5 like really major lifts for the different sort of main movement patterns, there would be a lot more muscle in the world. And that's it really. Maybe I hear now 1.62 grams of protein per kilo of body weight is probably the optimal amount of protein. You probably won't get any more benefits by going higher. So you don't need a whole load. And yeah, just stick to it. Just keep turning up. The real big thing is to make sacrifices. You need to make bodybuilding like top priority, and you need to not miss workouts. You need to plan your meals so you're not caught out without your food, because you need to fuel. You need to give the protein as well to grow. So it's really putting that first and not partying and just playing computer games for ages and then forgetting to eat, all that sort of thing. It's not that hard because I was a real skinny lad. Goji Man's in the house. Check him out for awesome vegan nutritionist content, particularly pertaining to the gut area, which is very, very important. I think it's where all these ex-vegans, where the majority of them go wrong. They've messed up their gut microbiomes, or they've got issues in there that they don't diagnose, or they diagnose and they don't bother treating, and then how is any diet going to work if you're interfaced with like all the food where it's first coming in? If that's wrong, like how are you going to be well? You're not. So that's key. So Go-To Man is doing great stuff. He's got a great book out all about it for people who perhaps can't afford to get the testing done, because it's not like cheap. But he also does the test kits for cost price. So he does them cheaper than you get anywhere else. So have a look, because if you know exactly what's wrong, then you can treat like the exact thing you need to, and it's going to be so much easier, I would think. But he's got a great book out if you can't afford to go the test route. It's not out now. It's out very soon.
Oh, lovely.
Get that and get our cookbook as well. That's equally amazing. I would say that.
We better finish it first then.
I would say that. I want you to give me your money. Right.
You've not said that for a while.
No, I haven't. Right, I'm going to skip forwards a bit. So if I miss your comment or question, just pop it back into the chat.
You're not that behind. Not yet.
Okay. Graven Babies is in the house wielding a wrench. I don't know what that's all about, so I'll stay out of that one. Stuti Sukna. Saying good evening all, especially all vegans. Love you all. We love you too, my friend. Thanks for joining. Just in your cute black and white cat. She's got a little bit of ginger as well. She's in Britain. I don't know where you are. We call them tortoise shells. And they're known to be the redheads of the cat kingdom, so they can be quite fiery and sort of possessive. Not that that's what people say. I'm not trying to generalise what humans are like, because I don't really believe in that sort of thing. I think we call them calicos. Or in America, they're called calico. Goji Man is asking, what have you two lovebirds got planned for the weekend? What have we got planned? Oh, it's a barbecue.
Norwich Vegan Summer Barbecue.
If you guys are anywhere near Norwich, or you can get to Norwich on Saturday.
You had to book tickets a week or two ago.
You can't come because you're too late. You had to book tickets. I forgot that. Is anyone coming? I'd like to say hello. What else are we doing? That's probably about it, is it?
Yeah.
I'm coaching one person, and I need to catch up on my online coaching, because I've got plans coming out of the wazoo. It's gone really mental at the minute. But today I've been trying to edit a video, so I've not got a video up for a while. So I hope to have a video for you guys very soon. What are you guys up to, Goji Man, you and the lovely Emma? Those vegan guys are in the house. Check them out for hilarious vegan content. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on a live stream, but I appreciate the love. Hi, Gemma, lovely lady. We're coming to the camp out. Sweet. We can't wait to. We'd like to see you there. I'm going to be finished my diet by then, and my brain's going to be working, and I'm not going to be tripping over my words or forgetting what I'm saying halfway through a
brain dog.
What do you call it? Sentence. Yeah, I won't have any more vegan brain dog. Goji Man's just chilling. Good call. You work hard and you deserve some you time. You rock. Hashtag you rock if you think that Goji Man rocks. Hint, he does. Right. What's going on? Mr. Cool. I'm trying to become vegan. What is the best way to start? You are very cool if you're trying to become vegan. I think educate yourself. So you want to watch some kind of movies, documentaries. There's video and podcasts and things. Thanks, Denko. I was looking at the wrong end there. It's good to really educate yourself. So for ethics, something like Land of Hope and Glory is really good. So you really know what's going on in these industries, because once you see them, you won't want to fund them. You really won't. No one in their right mind would. Learn up about health. So what the health. Forks over knives. Get on the nutritionfacts.org website or YouTube channel. They really teach you like how to do veganism healthfully and how it done properly is the healthiest diet in the world. And this, they look at every English language nutrition study to see what's the truth. Like, who funds the study? So is there the potential for bias? Was it a good study design? So what should we take from it? And it's basically eat whole plant foods. Don't eat animal products and processed animal products and plant foods, and that's the healthiest way. But of course, you need your B12, you need your D3 if it's not sunny. So it's just good to get really educated. And then like environment as well. If you've got a family, or if you're planning to have a family at any point, the world's stuffed in about 11 and a half years unless we seriously make huge changes right now. There's no time for half measures. So really, we do need everyone to go vegan, to stop that in its tracks. So. What the hell? Cowspiracy is the movie for that. But yeah, just, you're on YouTube now, watch the YouTube channels and What else is good? Podcasts. Plant Yourself podcast. What other ones do I like? Rich Rolls, good. What's that lady I listened to? Forgot her name. Jamie Delaney podcast. She's like a cardiac surgeon, but she is like a triathlete as well. A lot of these doctors, like they're given the best advice, you know, eat the whole plant foods, but they're also like top athletes. Like it's really amazing. So that's all my advice. I just missed that super chat. Oh, it's still on there.
Get yourself a handful of recipes, like
Yeah.
that you like.
Get on the recipe book in 1 month. No, but go on to like Forks Over Knives. They've got a cookbook. I think they've got a website with recipes. The How Not to Die cookbook is amazing. Lowfatvegan.com. Vegan Richa, which is like Indian cooking, is it?
Yeah, it's mixed.
Did I miss a super? I see Jane Kono's super chat. Was there another one?
I don't think so. And don't chuck in too many like legumes and things straight away and upset your tummy.
Yeah, Gemma brings up a good point. So if you went 100% whole plant foods from eating like, say, I don't know how you're eating now, like you might be eating relatively healthily, but say you're eating like meat and dairy and like crisps and donuts, you know, like refined stuff, low fiber, you know, you'll get this horrible reaction in your intestines, and you'll think, oh, my body can't handle this healthy food. You know, you might get gas, you may get like, you probably get constipation, but it can go the other way equally, and you can get like, did I say you probably get diarrhea, you may get constipation, you know, you get gas, you may actually get pain, because basically you've got the wrong gut microbes that in order to break the fiber down. So week by week by week by week, add in a little more whole plant foods, take out a little of the other foods you're eating. You know, I don't know, it's hard to put a time scale, but say you did that over a course of 6 weeks. You know, the bacteria soon change, the bad ones die off, the good Prevotella strains, they'll thrive, and then you won't have a hard time of it. So that was a really good bit of advice there, Gemma. So was it just Denkono's super chat? I've not missed another one.
Yep.
Denkono, you lovely man, $5 on the super chat. Hi, Hench Herbivore. First week of antibiotics for small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. So I've been through that. Some of you guys might know. Haven't fully adhered to low FODMAP. Been getting slight nausea and warm feeling in the gut. Seems to be working. Nice. Nice. I'm glad to hear that. So I did mine under Goju Man's supervision. We used like natural antimicrobial. So it's allicin, which is a compound from like allium vegetables like garlic. There's berberine, which comes from berries, and grapeseed extract, grapeseed oil. One of those. It seems to have done the trick. I've only just retested, and we're just waiting for the results to come back from the lab. But I actually accidentally ate gluten since, and normally that wrecks me, and I got no response from it whatsoever. So I'm very, very hopeful, not only to have hopefully cured the SIBO, I may have cured my gluten like problem, and that was really powerful. So exciting times. I'm excited to see how that goes. I'm glad you're doing well, though, my friend. Yeah. So yeah, just keep doing what you're doing then. Yeah, I hope that works out well for you. I suppose that's got to work like really well, hasn't it? Because you're actually going to definitely kill the bacteria. And then just obviously afterwards, you probably know that you're going to be a bit low in terms of like your immune response and things like that. So as you're able, obviously you slowly add in like these higher FODMAP foods, which are really, FODMAP was never meant to be a diet for people to stick to. It was meant to be do that for a while, treat the problem, then slightly reintroduce these foods, because these fermentable oligo di and monosaccharides and polyols, actually these are the healthy things that the Prevotella strains of gut bacteria eat and create a short chain fatty acid from, which is kind of the linchpin of our health. So but you know, hopefully you're getting help with all of that sort of malarkey. If you're not, Goji Man's your guy. He's amazing. Can't speak highly enough of that chap, and not just because he might still be in there. Sam Griffin, I live in Norwich, England. Norwich. It's sort of like the bit of the UK that looks like his bum, and we're like a little pimple in the middle of the bum. It's a lovely place. It's really historical. We've got a castle, like a Norman castle. We've got 2 cathedrals, Roman Road. Vikings like landed there and sort of raped and pillaged. So I think I might be partly Viking. Who else? Matt Clark. Hi Paul, glad you have time over the weekend for nutrition plans. Just paid you via paper. Oh, thank you, my friend. Oh, just kidding. Drop me a mail when you're free and we can discuss. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've not even checked emails today. I've been so busy. What have I been doing? I've been at the gym today shooting a gym workout montage for my new vlog that I'm doing. Did a little collabo with a lady influencer off of Instagram, Annie Banani Island. Do give her a follow on the Instas. Yeah, so yeah, hopefully I have my video done by tomorrow and get that up for you. Okay. Oh yeah, and we went to this army surplus store, so we're going to do a photo shoot for Instagram. Got this like real top photographer like shooting us, and we're doing like a military style one. So we're going to go to this sort of disused like military base. You can pay to go on there. We went to the army surplus store, so we're looking at all. We're going to actually just hire like all their equipment and whatever to do like an interesting shoot. It's got these smoke grenade things, different colours, so we can have like smoke going on and all that. I think that's going to look really dope. Yeah, really excited for that. Susie Dyson, hope you're okay, Paul. Not a vegan question, but how do I get rid of my sweet tooth? Chocolate is my weakness. So chocolate is one of, even if it's a vegan chocolate, it will give you heart disease. So there's cocoa solids, palm oil, and coconut oil, and they're the 3 vegan fat sources that give you atherosclerosis, the same as eating beef or butter or eggs or, you know, all that sort of stuff. So they're to be avoided, like simply for that reason. If you don't want heart disease, it affects 1 in 3 people in the Western world. Sorry, it affects, 1 in 3. No, affects 1 in 2, kills 1 in 3. So it's the biggest cause of death. And it's totally avoidable. What you want to do though, if you want some chocolate, cocoa powder is the processed food that's actually healthier than the whole food, because they take out a lot of these long chain triglyceride like saturates. So if you use a cocoa powder, and you can make like a chocolate milkshake, like with a plant milk, cocoa powder, like dates for sweetness, something like that. You know, you can make smoothies, smoothie bowls, milkshakes. You can even make things like black bean brownies. Like dates. What do you put in black bean brownies? Black beans, dates, oats, cocoa powder, little oats. Nut butter. Yeah, like a nut butter to make it like decadent. You can eat healthy food. You can eat really tasty sweet foods, but stick to like dried fruits and tropical fruits, and use a little bit of nut butters and things.
With some nut butter inside.
God damn. What have we got here? So, you're going to show it?
Someone did a super chat asking about snacks, and that's why I brought these.
So this will go on to what we're talking about already. So who was that?
You don't eat snacks, but these are my current favourite snacks, so I thought I would show them.
James Jeffrey, $5 US on the super chat. I need more healthy snacks. Oh, I'm doing it, am I?
You're doing it.
So these are basically made from fruit, or they've got a little nuts. This one is not completely whole foods, but it's got some soya crispies in it, like little crunchy little bits. So, not too unhealthful on the scheme of things. But other than that, it's dates, raisins, cashews, cocoa. And again, the cocoa powder is healthier than the cocoa solids. Hint of juice, apple juice concentrate. So that's really delicious. These are just fruit which has been pressed. Again, like highly sweet. These Yes bars are amazing. They're in all major supermarkets. And what is this? Apples, cashews, and beetroot. Sounds minging. They taste really, really delicious. They're so sweet. And there's other naked bars like this cashew cookie.
You can get those in Aldi for like half the price. Aldi's own brand.
Yeah, Aldi's own. Yeah. And Lidl.
And Lidl,
yeah. Yeah, all those. Yeah, that's what you want to do. And just fruit in general, like a little nuts and seeds. Do you want to go overboard on like nuts and seeds and things? What other sort of snacks can you make? You can bake like chickpea little crackers, can't you? Or roasted chickpeas, like curried chickpeas. They're nice.
Kale chips.
Kale chips. When my video drops tomorrow, we got given an air fryer. We did a little sponsored video with this company. It's a godsend. It cooks things so quick. So we had like sweet potato fries, kale chips. The kale chips take like 8 minutes. That's really cool, isn't it? And we made the best falafel in there as well. So check out my video tomorrow when it drops. You're going to love it. Did someone else super chat as well? Sean Forrest, £2, Great British pounds on the super chat. How often do you have a refeed and how much extra? I just sort of do it as and when I feel it's necessary. Every now and again, the scales will show like, oh, I've lost that little bit too much, because you don't want to lose much more than £1, really, unless you're sort of obese or whatever. You can get away with more like £2. But as you get, into shape, if you drop it too quickly, you're going to burn muscle off. So I really judge it by how's the weight loss going, and if it looks like it's going a little bit too quick, I'll do a bit of a refeed, and I just play it by ear. In the past, when I've had a refeed, that ghrelin kicks in and you're tempted to overeat. But because now I eat such a lot of volume, like calorically sort of deplete foods, like high volume, low calories, it doesn't really get me like that. I don't feel the need to overstuff. So I just, maybe I add in maybe like 500 calories. So that's about like 125 grams of carbs, for instance. And in that way, it just fills out your glycogen stores a little bit. It's not going to make you put weight on. I just wouldn't overdo it, basically. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of refeeding, really, if I can help it. But if it's necessary, then I'll do it. I know a lot of people have like a cheat day or a cheat meal and whatever, and they put like junk in, and it's an excuse to really splurge. But then you don't enjoy like your healthy food. And as Dr. Clapper says, your body's never not looking. Like, who are you cheating? Like, you're cheating yourself. Like, what do you want to do that for? If you stick to the whole foods long enough, you find them so delicious that you don't need the donuts and and the fizzy drinks and the crisps and things. But the minute you have that stuff, that kind of ruins you. You're then drawn to those things. So that'd be a lesson to you. Next with the super chat is a lovely vegan Tiff, is always supporting me, the lovely lady. $1.99 on the super chat, just helping me out from the kindness of her heart. Thank you so much, darling. Highly appreciated. Dankino again, you must be rich. I see you on Vegan Gains as well, helping support him. Bless your heart. $5 on the super chat. Can I train while treating SIBO? Yeah, I certainly did. Been off for 2 weeks. Don't want to overtax you, man. Yeah, because you're doing like a harsh antibiotic. Yeah, I would play it by ear. And if you're feeling a bit grim, maybe take your foot off the gas for a little bit. Perhaps still get some movement in, because you want to be pumping your lymph round, but you don't want to be draining yourself. So I would say play it by ear. Yeah, don't want to overtax the immune system. Yeah, a lot of people don't know the immune system takes a big hit when you work out hard. Mostly eat prepared tofu, mock meats, random greens. Yeah, so, of course, like you kind of need to eat lower fibre at the minute, I guess. But yeah, once you're healthy, tofu's all right, but you lose most of the fibre, I think, and you lose about half the minerals. But I'm actually going to add more in when I go on to my next bulk, because I eat so much volume and it's a struggle. So I'm going to use that. So I don't mind a bit of tofu. The mock meats, like with like oils and things, particularly if it's got coconut oil, that will give you heart disease. But you get the greens in there, so that's good. Bad Joe, thoughts on nutritional yeast? I love it. I know some people think it's like MSG or something, don't they? But I know Dr. Gregor's a fan, and I'm sure, he's done his research. If it was naughty, like he wouldn't be recommending it. So it's great to boost people's V vitamins. When I write a plan for any clients, if it's real low calories, B vitamins can start to be a bit of a struggle, but a couple of tablespoons of nutritional yeast, boom, and that's your sort of answer, really. So like that. A lot of people think it naturally has B12, like it's only fortified with B12, and really I think you need about 4 tablespoons. So I say get your B12 like, from a separate supplement. Elizabeth Domba, did you see Paul Bashir of Anonymous with the Voices versus Frank Tofano? I thought that was hilarious. That guy is a genius. He's been doing it so long, and he just made that guy look a tool, didn't he? He just didn't put up with any of his like straw manning. He just called him out on everything as he was doing it, and you know, basically accused him of being intellectually dishonest, and he just spelled it all out. And he just, Frank Tofano just stood there dumbfounded, with not knowing what to say, didn't he? So yeah, good job. I met Paul a couple of years ago. They did a cube in Norwich, and Jerry Cobstrong and James Aspie came. That was such a good day. Yeah, they're all really great people, like doing such a good work. Like, they're amazing. Race Lever, who's Dr. Gregor? I've never heard of him. And welcome to the stream. Tiff was in New York. Oh, nice. Nice. I bet that was a sight to behold. Yeah. I've gone too far forwards and now I've not got any comments. Hang on, let's go back a little bit. Question me, goddammit. I could do with a drink, but I've not got a drink.
You manifested that, did you?
Oh, nice. Cheers. Curmudgeon's in the house. Hi, Hench. Your advice for my lower back issue help. Oh, brilliant. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I've been plagued with like back issues since I was about 21, and I didn't know how to lift things properly, and I did something very stupid. Those vegan guys. What's with all the thumbs down? Oh, wow. That is a lot of thumbs down. It all helps promote the stream though, so cheers, you B words. Have you been saying true things about sewerage again and upsetting his delicate minions? Blaze it. B12 Blaze It Vegan. Are you strong enough to lift your own muscles? Let's have a look. No. Matty, I think I'm taking the hit from working out too much this week. How would I get over that feeling? Rest. Really rest. Like relax. Try to get a little more sleep. Just chill out. Make sure you're well fed. Get hydrated. Meditation. Just have some you time. You know, have a couple of days off. And then you'll get back at it and you'll be even stronger for having the rest. It's very cool how that works. Noble and Savage, you make me laugh. B12 Blaze It Vegan. Serious question, do you feel warmer with more body mass? Oh, my this card, maybe tuning. So, because I'm relatively lean at the minute, I'd actually feel the cold more. So like the fatter you are, like the more insulated you are. However, the more carbohydrate you eat, you produce dietary thermogenesis. So your body actually burns off excess carbohydrate by heating you up. It doesn't do that with any other macronutrient, which tells me that is our species-specific fuel source. So yeah, you can keep warm by eating carbohydrate. Bob Lobster, stick a shirt on. That'll cost you £50 on the super chat, and I'll put a shirt on. Cheers. Comment down below, yes or no, if I should put my shirt on. Go. I'll do a little booby dance for you while we're waiting, and I'll show you my goddamn cobra traps. Yeah, see, it's all nose. Yeah. What, are you jealous? Oh dear. Half a shirt on, lavish grumble butt. That's a funny name. Mihai Komanui. Hello. Does the vitamin A in goji berries actually convert to retinol? On chronometer, 10 grams of goji berries gives you 100% RDA, but not what is that, retinol activity equivalent? I depend on them and think I might be deficient. So what are you saying? If it gives you 100% but doesn't raise the retinol activity equivalent, I'd say they've just not programmed the retinol activity equivalent, and I wouldn't worry about it. So there are like 600 carotenoids. And I know there's like lutein and zeaxanthin in goji berries at least. There's probably like 100 other ones, and they will be converting into. Obviously, it's not great, the conversion rate, but like a medium sweet potato, I think gives you all the retinol activity equivalent for the day. For a man, I think it's like 900 micrograms, is it? Something like that. Yeah. So yeah, I really wouldn't sweat it. As long as you're eating like fresh produce, you know, carrots, like red and yellow peppers, even greens. Like greens are full of carotenoids as well. It's hard. I get something like 3 times the RAE that you need. For a female, it's 700. Is it micrograms or milligrams? I forgot. Whatever it is, that's what it does. Curmudgeon, what do your tattoos mean? Most of them mean that I was insecure when I was younger, so I had to get these tattoos on to make me look meaner. Now I don't regret them, but like I just think if I see someone like tattooed from elbow to a-hole, you know, and same as me, if they got like a shaved head and like a bit of a goatee, or do you know what I mean? Like, very much I think males come from a place of insecurity and try to make themselves look a certain way. I was certainly very, very guilty of it. Funnily enough, now this isn't vegan, so I wouldn't do this now, but a few years ago, I did this Cambo frog medicine. So, I mean, they don't hurt the frogs, but they do like sort of capture them. And these shaman take like the poison, because they'll like give off this venom from their back, and they take this venom, and basically a shaman like burns holes in your body, puts the venom in, and you have a horrible time. Like you purge like crazy. Like your adrenaline just goes through the roof. Like you immediately think, why have I done this? And your heart's going a million miles an hour. Your face blows up like a football. Don't do it. It's not really vegan anyway, because it's sort of
exploitation.
Exploiting these frogs. But anyway, you kind of get insight from that. You can do it with plant medicine. So if you want to do this sort of thing, like ayahuasca, you know, all that sort of good stuff. Peyote, all that sort of thing. But I just got this insight. Why am I still shaving my head? I'm not trying to intimidate people anymore. And I actually let my hair grow for a little while. But then it got to a stage and it was like like a microphone head. And I just cut it because I preferred the way it looks shaved. But yeah, so now I just do it because I like the way it looks, not because I'm trying to intimidate people. That was a whole big old tangent. What are we talking about now? Wizardy, do you do weighted pull-ups? I'm a little bit on the heavy side. I've got up to about 12 pull-ups before. But to be honest, pull-ups kind of work the width of your back. I was about 20 stone at that point, by the way, which is 220 pounds, for if you don't know that. 136 kilos. No, anyway, I'm rambling. But yeah, pull-ups kind of works the width of your back. So, you know, anything where you're at a stretch. And to be honest, my upper lats are good relative to my lower lats. So lower lats are targeted more by kind of rows, like a close grip row or a one arm row. So actually, I do this movement like last in the workout. So I'll do 3 other exercises, do like 9 sets before I get to like I'll do a pull down. So if I was to try and do a pull up, I'd get hardly any, to be honest. But they are a better movement than a pull down. I don't know. When I finish this cut, I might spend a couple of months getting good at pull-ups. Maybe do them first. But that's kind of ego, and really, I just want to optimize my physique. So I'm the best advocate for animals, and I think by training the lower lats first, they're the weaker part, particularly for me, because I've overtrained by always doing these first. So you've got more energy at the start of the workout, and you know the lifts you do at the start are going to be stronger than the lifts you do at the end. So it's kind of a priority principle for me, which is why I don't really train pull-ups. I need a drink. Oh, sorry. Imagine, do you also often get cranky doing a long cut? Do you know, now that I'm vegan, I'm doing all right, aren't I? Do I suppose I get a little irritable if I'm like late for a meal and I'm tired and like annoying things are happening, like prolonging me getting to my feed. Like I can probably get a little bit sort of snappy, just a little bit. But when I was omnivorously eating, like I was terrible. I was a menace. I would be doing my shopping in the supermarket or in my trolley, and I'd want to just ram it into people's legs, not because they're in the way, just because I was so low energy and like irritable and like frustrated. And yeah, I don't get that anymore. I just feel pretty damn good, really. I think, before I was just eating a little bit of chicken, like a small amount of rice, a little bit of olive oil because I didn't know better, a floret of broccoli if you're lucky, and just constantly like really hungry. And relatively speaking, really low nutrients. Now I eat like every day, I'll eat 4 pasta bowls, where normally people share the pasta. I eat 4 bowls of food like full like that, because it's mostly like water and fibre. It's not so calorically dense, but it's so dense in minerals and vitamins and, phytochemicals. So you just feel so much better. I really feel so sorry for people who eat meat still and are bodybuilding and dieting. It's hard, I've been dieting for 6 months now. It's only now is it starting to get a bit of a draw. I'm getting a little bit dizzy, low energy, and I'm starting to feel a little bit weaker. I did my normal workout the other day, my push. Everything felt really heavy. I did all my reps, but suddenly I'm seeing, my body is starting to break down. I can only maintain this for like 1 or 2, maybe 3 more weeks. But I used to feel like that halfway through the diet when I was eating meat and stuff. So much, much better as a vegan dieting. It's like a cheat code to life, really. Boarding vegan vlogs. Are you gay, Paul? Would you say I'm gay?
I would say not.
No, I'm really sorry. Perhaps if you wear a dress and have a shave and put some makeup on, though. Oh, Danny Shepherd Showreel's in the house. How are you doing, my friend? Good to have you on board. Tabitha Jane Pauling, did you see the BBC finally reported on the UN study about animal agriculture and climate change? I did not. Yeah, we don't watch TV, to be honest. So thank you for letting us know about that. That is very cool. Ah, wow. It's all happening, isn't it? It's all happening. I think things are getting that desperate now that the powers that be are seeing that we need to make change, and, perhaps they're not letting things slide where normally they get a backhander and they'll let things go. Maybe like that time is coming to an end, hopefully, because things need to change pretty darn quick, don't they? David Ryan, as a vegan, I take too many vitamins and minerals, put them months ago. Don't take synthetic minerals and vitamins. If you look at the meta-analysis, like all the data, they tend to show, if anything at all, that these kind of products do more harm than good. They're really, really increase like your cancer risk, all sorts. We're not meant to eat things in like isolation. And when we get the whole foods, we've got like a symphony of nutrition. And when you eat different whole foods together, nutrients in one ingredient will amplify the health benefits of nutrients in other ingredients. So it seems not only do we need to eat whole foods, number one, and not processed, but even better, food synergy, eat more whole foods at the same sitting. The worst thing you can do is isolate sugar, isolate oil, even isolate calcium. If you have more than like a relatively small amount of calcium, like more than you need, you calcify your organs. So that's a very common thing for people who take mineral like supplements. What we need to do, you need to eat a balanced whole foods diet. So you need to eat a moderate amount of legumes, a moderate amount of whole grains. Tubers are great as well, potato, sweet potato, yams, that sort of thing. Loads of veggies, a decent amount of fruit, a little bit of nuts and seeds, particularly flax and chia. They need to be ground so we get the omega-3, and herbs and spices. If you eat a calorically adequate diet of those foods, you'll hit every single one of your vitamins and minerals and more, except for, obviously, we need to take a B12 because we're not drinking like dirty, like ditch water. And if we're not getting sun, we need to take a D3 as well. But other than that, don't take any artificial supplements that you don't need to. If you If you're on a really, really low calorie diet and you were a little shy on certain things, like vitamin E can be a bit of a pain. What else can be hard? Zinc, certain things. If you're going to use a supplement, get like a greens powder. There's loads on the market. Have a little look around. If you want my recommendation, I like the Thrive Living Multi-Nutrient from Viva Life. Link in the description if you want to try that out. It's 10% off for you. That's a really good supplement. But yeah, and like a whole food supplement rather than a synthetic, like artificially created supplement that they've made in the lab. It doesn't do the same thing, and it actually can really hurt you. Right, where were we? Tender cookie. I have a hard time to get enough calcium. Leafy greens, I like where it's at. Kale is about 150 milligrams per 100 grams. So kale is huge. Kale, spinach is pretty good. All the dark leafy greens have got calcium. Yeah, it's in most whole foods to some degree. Apricots, you could use dried apricots to get more in. Oranges. If you're eating a whole foods plant-based diet and not eating like half your calories as junk food, and you, like I say, you're getting the legumes, the whole grains, the fruits, the veggies, the nuts, the seeds, you shouldn't have a problem with that if you're eating enough calories. But you know, just type in like calcium-rich foods on Google or whatever, and you know, get a little list up. It shouldn't be a hard one though. Calcium's one of the easy ones. And in fact, we probably don't need 1,000 milligrams of calcium a day. Like that is probably dairy like lobbying, like to get that. They actually wanted to make it 1,200 in America recently, but that got shot down in flames. We probably need half of that, truth be told, is what a lot of people are saying. I mean, I make sure to get 1,000 because that's kind of the RDA that we're told, but might not need as much as that in all honesty. Excuse me 1 second. Well, this is just moving too quick now. Johnny the Legs, thoughts on callaloo? I love this stuff, it's like spinach. I think I've had that, I can't really remember. It may have been in a dish that I ate at some sort of veg fest or something. Where does that come from? I'm sure I'd love it though. I like greens. Matty R, what's the best way to get my Vit D? And my lovely wife says hi. Hi, lovely wife. So the best way is from the sun. That is by far the best way. It is in some animal products. However, according to the best available science, it looks like an average adult, like optimal dose might be around 2,000 international units per day. The average omnivorous eater gets 130 international units, so they're nowhere near. And I don't know if you saw, that Sean Baker, that former doctor, carnivore eater, and he had his bloods done, and his was like through the floor abysmal. He was really deficient. So animal products are not a good source. So either we need to get loads of sun. Failing that, a supplement. D3 is the best one. And yeah, for an adult, like 2,000 IUs is probably where you want to be. Oh, we've got 100 people in the room and more thumbs down than thumbs ups. That's really weird. But I thank the people for it because it just promotes the video in the algorithm. So thank you very much. Lenny Harry, shout out for Happy Cow. You can look at vegan eaters in any area, even abroad, going on holidays, no reason not to find. Yeah, Happy Cow are really great if you need to find a restaurant. Not that I do it, but another good app is Barnivore for people who drink, if you want to find out like which drinks are vegan. So that's good too. Little baby sweet potatoes in the house. Asleen, I'll donate more money next time. I know £2. Oh, did I miss a super chat? Have I missed your super chat, my friend? Please tell me your thoughts on farmed organic produce versus store-bought. You know, a lot of stuff in stores is actually organic, but the certification to you know, label it as such is so expensive that a lot of farmers don't do it. So I know a couple of stores locally where apparently a lot of the produce is organic and it tastes really good, and I quite believe it. Yeah, so it's good to get it from like a local farm and like know where it's grown. Yeah, it's probably better, isn't it? It's probably better, but there are some great stores. You know, the supermarket, sometimes the produce isn't so flavourful and things. So I think like farmers markets and things are really great. You look like you're going to say something.
Did you miss this?
No, I didn't. Asleen, £2 UK pounds sterling on the super chat. Thank you so much.
Ago. Sorry.
I'm so sorry that I missed that.
It skipped my attention too. Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
Sorry, bro. And I really, you know, you say that's not a lot, but like, if everybody did that, I'd be £200 richer right now. You know, it all adds up. And, you know, I'm doing pretty well selling plans. I'm doing pretty well, you know, with the affiliates. And, you know, I've given up my full-time job to work YouTube full-time. So I'm doing all right. And I appreciate anything. It really helps. It means a lot to me because this is my life purpose, you know. I love PTing and I love people, seeing people like flourish. But as I got into video and reaching we've reached over 3 million people at this point, and just my heart, you know, I wanted to make video and to reach more people, and people like you are helping me do it. So thank you, Asleen. You never know how much I appreciate you. Okay.
You had another super chat.
Oh God.
Go down, right down to the bottom.
Douglas, $1.99. Best exercises can do around the house to stay fit. Yeah, I mean, it depends like what you're really aiming to do. I think to build like mass, then you really need to be in a gym or have, you know, weights here where you can do like a progressive overload and whatever. But, you know, you can do loads of stuff really. Bulgarian split squats are good. You know, if you put your top of your foot on a surface and so you're doing like a lunge, but you're doing it on the spot, like that's an amazing exercise. And you could fill up a backpack or, you know, stuff like that. Incline press ups, get a doorway chin and bar. We've got one. You can do chin ups and pull ups. Yeah, it's mostly kind of like body weight stuff, really, isn't it? But actually, I had a fully kitted out gym in my old flat back in the day. But even if you can just have a fold away bench, like incline to decline, barbell dumbbell set, you can actually build. So I built most of my physique, believe it or not, I built most of my physique in a little flat. To be fair, I had a ton of weight and the neighbours didn't like me very much, but I was too big for them to have a go at me. What other exercises? You can do loads of things, can't you? Skipping, if you're on about fitness, like skipping like is amazing. So good for fitness. Yeah, there's a million and one things really, but well, the body weight stuff's not really my bag, so I'm not so great at it. I'll tell you what, if you could do like a handstand on a wall, you could do like a handstand shoulder press. That would be good. Thanks for the super chat. Celia White, do you ever sprout legumes or vegetables? I don't think we ever have, or did we have a little go once?
We had a little go many years ago.
Yeah, we did. We're a bit, not lazy, but you know, we're very kind of focused on what we're doing and we don't make time for much else. We do get these microgreens delivered every week. We get 3 different microgreens and they're already germinated and you just water those for a little time and you've got microgreens, which are great.
Someone's asked you this question about 3 times.
Oh, Bologna of the Roma. Are your plans suitable for a small girl who wants some serious muscle gains? Yes, they are. Is it £60 for both each one? The £60 is a one-off fee. So guys, if you want a workout plan or a nutrition plan, hit me up at henchherbivore@yahoo.co.uk and basically I'll ping over a questionnaire and it's just, I'll find out like your stats and then I'll write like a personalised nutrition plan or a workout plan. And what I do is I ask you to touch base once a month, like DM me or, email me. I miss DMs because I get inundated. once a week, email me, tell me like what your weight's doing, depending on whether like you're bulking or if people want to cut. And I'll basically spend 2 or 3 weeks tweaking the plan as necessary or if necessary. And then from there, I actually tell you how to add in any whole foods of your choosing, whole plant foods. So basically, you kind of become your own nutritionist going forward. So you never have to buy another plan. The workout plans are good for as long as you want, as long as they're working, you can keep doing them, I think when you're new to lifting, like I was saying earlier, just the basic lifts, like a deadlift, a squat, a chest press, a shoulder press, a pull up, pull down, or row. If you just spent 2 years getting as strong as you could in those lifts, like that progressive overload, you build so much muscle rather than messing around doing loads of little isolation moves and stuff. Not that you can't tack them on the end as well, but basics is best, and really just week by week progressive overload. Just make it a priority. Make sure that you prep your food. You've got your food when you need to eat it. You're at the gym each week. You're not up all hours watching TV or out partying. You're getting your rest. It's all about priorities. And any of you guys can have an awesome physique if you make it like a top priority, But it's very easy. It's hard work. And we all want to look amazing. But most of the time, most of us, it's a sacrifice is really the word. You have to become a little bit selfish, and you have to just put your needs first. Not that you can't do stuff for other people and be loving and whatever, but when it's your time to eat, you need to eat, and when it's time to get down the gym, you need to go and do it, And in 2 years' time, if you keep doing that, you're gonna look amazing. Who's super chatting me now, you lovely people? Douglas, $1.99. Cheers for your channel. For the ethics and heart. Don't know if you meant heart or health, but that's very lovely of you. I really appreciate you. Thank you, my friend. Elizabeth Dunbar again for $4.99 on the super chat. You're awesome. I like you already. I'm glad you explained the plans you offer. Totally going to email you. Sweet. I love it. I love it when I see you guys really prospering and, getting healthy. I hear people like reversing disease. Getting lean, getting jacked, telling me that they've become a great advocate now and people are interested in the vegan thing after seeing how well they're doing. It's a great way of advocacy. If you look amazing, people will want to know, what are you doing? And then they're more likely to give it a go, Hello, CTW. How are you? Oh, I'm very good. I feel like I'm talking to myself there. That got confusing. Yeah, I'm really good, my friend. Thanks for joining. Chris Grant, I go to the gym every night, and the days I don't, you do even more intense home workout. Home workouts are by far my favourite, but the gym has better equipment. All right, that's interesting. I think I do better in a gym, when there's the atmosphere and there's people all around. I don't like my own company. And I don't really enjoy being on my own and sort of training. I used to like it. Before I ever joined a gym, like I say, I built most of my physique at home. I had my little logbook and I saw week by week, numbers were going up and I fell in and I absolutely loved it. But the minute I trained at a gym and there was the camaraderie, all that sort of good stuff, I don't like to train on my own anymore. I wonder if, I don't know, is that an introvert, extrovert thing perhaps? Or I don't know, maybe you're something else. You'll probably know better than me. Jen's the oil bleed, high stench herbivore. You mean stench fartivore. You're trying to cause negative feelings in your fellow man. No happy person would seek to do that. So I forgive your unkindness and I hope that things go better for you. And I'm not being facetious, I'm being genuine. And thanks for joining. Lenny Harry, terrified of the gym, never been. A lot of people are. There's nothing to be scared of. But when, it's fear of the unknown and then there's all people there and maybe they're really experienced. And if you find a good gym, like Phoenix Gym in Norwich, where I train, everyone's there for a reason. They're there to work hard. And They will help you out. Like they'll give you advice, and everyone's really lovely. You know, you do find some gyms where there's a lot of ego in there, and that probably wouldn't be so nice. My recommendation to you would be to hire a trainer like the first handful of times, so you learn good technique. You know, you get shown around, you get explained like how things work and stuff, and then you know you'll feel much more comfortable. My friend earlier on, who I said about if you were on the stream earlier, Annalise from their Instagrams, it's her first time in the gym as well, and she said she was really scared, and she had me like with her, sort of, you know, like sort of I took her under my wing, and she really loved it. But it's just getting through that door, like that's the hard thing. What you need to remember is the difference between ordinary and extraordinary people is this little line in between called fear. And the extraordinary people are willing to face that. And it'll dissolve. The minute you do it, like you'll think, what the hell was I worried about? But it's doing it, and it is scary. But you can do it if you want it, and you'll love it once you get going. Like I was the last person who'd be any good at this, but I started to see those little improvements, and I just fell in love with fitness, you know, I really did. So I hope you managed. 2 super chats, never tethered, £2 sterling. You're an excellent advocate, Hench. Oh, that's so lovely. When people just want to donate and they're not even got a question, that really touches my heart. Thank you so much. Dankona again, Hench Herbivore plus Gary Yurovsky, duo of logic, compassion, science. I would love to meet that man one day. He's done so many good things, hasn't he? It's a shame he kind of burn out, but when you work that hard, like you're going to at some point, aren't you? And like he's done enough, isn't he, really? I think it's time for us to take over, bless him. What a hero, though. I love, did you guys see him on Israeli TV when the reporter said, lions eat meat, so what's wrong with me eating meat? And he said, when I came in the studio today, you didn't sniff my ass. Lions sniff each other's ass. So, yeah, what a guy on like national TV. He is a real hero. Vigard Solberg, 20 knock. Just appreciating me. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you right back. That is really kind and generous. Generous. I need to get off this diet. Have I missed any other super chats? Was that it? There's a flurry of them. When one comes, there's a flurry. It's like buses. Curmudgeon, vegan foot. Oh, Hench Herbivore, vegan foot soldier, vegan gains, perspective philosophy. Not seen that channel. I'll give them a look. Joey Carbstrong, my favourite vegan YouTube. Well, thank you very much. That is some esteemed company I've got with me there. So that's really kind of you to say. I appreciate that. Right. We nearly got the hour. We've got 2.5 minutes to get your final questions in. 2.5 minutes. Here we go. I'll try and get as many as I can. Princess Ohio, what is your favourite colour? Purple. It's purple. It's also my lucky colour. Shiny Pikachu. I like vegan games, but he's an asshat that gives vegans a bad name. Yeah, he can be a bit controversial at times. He very much so at the start, wasn't he? But I'll be honest, I've started to really enjoy a lot of his content now. He's very clever, isn't he? He's well versed in a lot of different things. So I see why you'd say that. And I used to think the same way, like back in the day. And probably he's still doing some things like that. But I don't know. I feel, from my perspective, I feel like he's doing more good than sort of bad. But each to their own. Each to their own. I do see why you'd say that. Cosmic Madman 369, $10 on the super chat. You're awesome, brother. Ignore the haters. You lovely person. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Oh. Shiny Pikachu. Vegan gains made me vegan though. Wow. So we've got one thing to thank him for anyway.
I bet he's turned a lot of people vegan.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I didn't used to like, when he first came on, I didn't like his aggressive way. But I did have to admit, well, he's reached millions more people than me, and so that's more chances to turn people vegan. So, you know, my hat's off to him, you know. Curmudgeon vegan games made me vegan. Cool. It's very effective. Nice. Who have I? Emmy Lynn, what B12 brand do you recommend? I don't really worry too much as long as it's not full of like nasties. I don't really have a particular favourite brand. However, how are they doing a B12? Actually, I'm not allowed to announce this yet. I'm not allowed to announce this, so ignore me. Ignore me. Jake, hi Paul, have you been natural since you've been bodybuilding? No, so I did steroids for like a lot of years. I've not taken them for a lot of years now. I don't recommend doing them. Like, it's really bad for you. And don't do drugs, kids. That's one of those things, like I probably would have never come off because, you know, you get that, my self-esteem came from being like a big, huge monster. I was like 21 and a half stone. I kind of hid behind that, you know, and that's just a, like an insecurity thing and whatever, but I've kind of grown out of that. And yeah, it just got to one stage where the drugs were just making me like really ill. And that was when I was getting into veganism, and I felt like the universe was telling me this is not your path now, and now you're meant to do this other thing instead. So I was very depressed. Like I was depressed because of coming off the drug, and I was depressed because I was losing size. Now these young lads that were training in the same gym, suddenly they were bigger than me, and I was the big monster before, and I was very depressed for a while. But the antidote to depression is action, and I saw... You know, I saw the plight of the animals. I saw that people were looking up to me for having a bit of muscle as a vegan. And I focused on that, and I kind of got right through it. And I owe veganism like a lot. I really do. Right, we've done that hour. I need to go and eat because I'm wasting away. Guys, thank you so much tonight. Thank you for a lovely time, lovely chat. Thank you very much for the super chats. Thank you very much to my lovely moderators with their... monkey wrenches. I really appreciate you. I'll have a video for you tomorrow. But yeah, see you back here, 6 p.m. GMT next Friday. If you're new to the stream, if you're new to the channel, we'd love you to become part of the Hench Herbivore community. So do hit subscribe, click that bell icon. Bell icon. I need to go, my words are bad. Love you guys. Thanks so much for joining.